The atmosphere at Wembley Stadium was electric. Fans eagerly awaited the return of Anthony Joshua, a former two-time heavyweight champion. His opponent, Daniel Dubois, was a hungry contender with a point to prove. The fight promised fireworks, but no one could have predicted the outcome. Joshua, the heavy favorite, was knocked out in the 5th round. It was a shocking defeat that sent shockwaves through the boxing world. The crowd was stunned into silence. Joshua, visibly shaken, struggled to his feet. Dubois, on the other hand, erupted in celebration. He had pulled off a monumental upset and announced his arrival as a true force in the heavyweight division. This was supposed to be Joshua's comeback story, a chance to regain his lost glory. Instead, it became a night he would want to forget. From the opening bell, Dubois showed no fear, pressing the action and keeping Joshua on the back foot. Joshua, known for his power and precision, seemed hesitant and unsure of himself. Dubois's game plan was clear: use his youth and aggression to overwhelm the former champion. Experts pointed to several key factors that contributed to Joshua's downfall. Joshua looked gun-shy, remarked Teddy Atlas, renowned boxing trainer and commentator. He wasn't letting his hands go, and Dubois capitalized on his hesitancy. Others highlighted Dubois' effective jab and bodywork, which slowly chipped away at Joshua's defenses. Whatever the reasons, one thing was clear: Joshua was outboxed and outclassed on the night. Anthony Joshua has carried the weight of expectation on his shoulders since he burst onto the boxing scene. Olympic gold medalist, world champion and national hero, he seemed destined for greatness. But with success comes pressure, and the defeats to Andy Ruiz Jr. and Alexander Usyk had exposed chinks in his armor. This latest loss to Dubois cuts deep. It raises questions about his chin, his heart, and his ability to compete at the highest level. The boxing world can be a cruel and unforgiving place, and there will be many who write him off after this defeat. The road back to the top just got a whole lot steeper. Section 4, charting a path forward. Redemption or retirement. In the immediate aftermath of the fight, Joshua's future hung in the balance. Retirement, an option that had been whispered about, suddenly seemed like a real possibility. At 34 years old, having achieved so much, did he have the fire and desire to rebuild? To his credit, Joshua has dismissed any talk of walking away. "I'm not done yet," he declared in his post-fight interview. "I've got to learn from this, come back stronger and prove that I can still compete with the best." These are the words of a fighter, but only time will tell if he can back them up. Section 5, potential opponents and the quest for relevance. Assuming Joshua does decide to continue, the big question becomes, who does he fight next? A rematch with Dubois seems unlikely at this stage, as the younger fighter will be looking to capitalize on his victory and pursue other championship opportunities. There are still some intriguing options available. A domestic clash with Dillian Whyte, who holds a previous victory over Joshua, could reignite old rivalries and draw huge interest in the UK. A fight against former WBC champion Deontay Wilder would be a guaranteed box office smash hit, pitting two of the biggest punchers in boxing history against each other. Section 6. The legacy of a champion, defining the next chapter. Anthony Joshua's legacy as a boxer is already secure. He's a two-time world champion, an Olympic gold medalist, and one of the biggest draws in the sport's history. But how he responds to this latest setback will define the next chapter of his career. Will he be remembered as a fighter who overcame adversity to reclaim his place at the top? Or will his career end with a whimper, a cautionary tale of unfulfilled potential? Only time will tell. One thing's for sure, the boxing world will be watching closely. The air was thick with anticipation. Anthony Joshua, a titan of the ring, stepped back into the spotlight. His opponent, Daniel Dubois, was younger, hungrier. The goal was clear: reclaim heavyweight dominance. But the fight unfolded in a way no one predicted. Dubois, a force of nature, unleashed a barrage of punches. Joshua, despite moments of his signature strength, faltered. The final blow came in the 5th round. Joshua hit the canvas, a stark image of vulnerability etched across his face. The crowd was stunned. The loss, Joshua's 4th in his last 7 fights, sent shockwaves through the boxing world. Doubts crept in, whispers of what's next, echoing louder than ever. Anthony Joshua stood at a crossroads. The path ahead, once clear and paved with championship gold, was now shrouded in uncertainty. The decision weighs heavily on Joshua's shoulders. Retirement, once a distant whisper, now looms large. Walking away, while difficult, would preserve his health and legacy. It would mean leaving on his own terms, a champion forever etched in boxing lore. But the fighter in him craves redemption. The rematch clause in his contract with Dubois is a lifeline, a chance to silence the doubters. One more victory, a decisive display of his true potential, could rewrite the narrative. The risk is undeniable. Another loss would cast a long shadow, potentially forcing him into retirement on a sour note. The physical and mental toll of training, the pressure to perform, cannot be underestimated. Joshua must dig deep, consult his team, and most importantly, listen to his gut. The decision ultimately rests in his hands. It's a future where legends are made and the throne is there for the taking.